Yeah, hi Ravi. So, welcome today for this podcast. In fact, I'm very curious to discuss more on the topic of self hypnosis. People have been hearing a lot about what exactly is self hypnosis, what is hypnosis, and how can this technology be used for personal excellence, personal growth. So, you today being here, I would like to have an intense discussion on this topic. So, yes, Ravi.
Thank you. First of all, I'm having a great pleasure and a privilege, and along with a sense of joy that I would love to discuss on this very topic, for which I have been reading, researching, practicing for many years now. So, of course, it's a thrill for me to be here.
Wonderful, so Ravi. So let's not wait further. And so, Ravi, how would you define hypnosis?
I think first of all, hypnosis is a condition, a state of our consciousness where our subconscious mind is more programmable. All right. Of course, it sounds pretty loaded. I know. I'll simplify that. So hypnosis is a state of our mind, let's say that when we wake up from our sleep. So you are in a state where you are still a little in sleep, but you are awake at the same time. So the word hypnos is a Greek word which means sleep. So
Okay.
hypnosis is sleep-like, right? So it's a sleep-like condition that we experience in our day-to-day life, where our subconscious mind is open to receive any inputs from the environment and get reprogrammed. To give a simple
Okay.
example, let's say that people watch movies.
Yeah.
So when you've experienced yourself immersed in a movie, you are in it, or even you're so absorbed, even when you are reading a book, or you are attending, a training, or you are listening to someone for a long time. So you lose this track of time. So you're so absorbed and immersed in that activity that you lose the sense of time. You forget where you are. You're so involved in it. So in that state, you are in a hypnotic trance.
Okay.
So that's a trance, hypnotic kind of a state.
So this is a state wherein you are aware, but as well as you are in a sleep condition.
Yeah, it is not
Is it
literally
like a state wherein we wake up in the morning?
something like that. But of course, when we wake up in the morning, this was only to give you an example of what it really means like. So if I'm absorbed in a movie, I'm not in a sleep like, but my
Yes.
brain is in a sleep like state, which means I'm not immersed in my own thinking, in my own day to day thoughts. So my logic side of the brain is not completely activated that time. I'm completely immersed in some experience.
So does hypnosis have a connection with the chatter that we have in our mind?
Absolutely. Like, if I were to give a little bit of science behind this. So when we have a chatter, so-called the chatter in the mind, where, it's like we are in a state of beta brain waves.
Okay.
Beta,
Yeah, you have more
it's,
thoughts.
it's like the wakefulness. So right now we can say, although the chatter is not happening in the thoughts we are chattering in this discussion, but then that's a beta state, which is not a hypnosis state. So
Okay.
hypnosis is where you are very relaxed also. Your body and mind are very relaxed, yet absorbed and immersed in some sort of experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you talk about hypnosis, the sleep like condition where you're completely immersed in whatever you are doing. So does that also mean that you are watching a movie and you get immersed? So you have this feeling of, timelessness. So can we have this word also for
Yeah.
hypnosis
So
you feel?
when I'm saying that, you tend to lose the track of time.
Yes.
So it is indeed timelessness.
Timeless.
Like you forget about who you are, where you are. You're completely absorbed in the environment and the experience. Now, what is more important on this a topic that we are going to be dealing and delving into is that this state is a very important state for us as human beings, you know, for a very reason that there is something called as reprogramming. Now, when anybody is in a state of hypnosis, the subconscious mind is more reprogrammable. Okay.
Okay.
Now, before I talk about reprogramming, I want to share with you something about programming.
Oh, yes,
So the very
please.
word program, when we say a program, so program is referred to anything and everything that we do without thinking. Something that we are doing habitually, right? So it's like the way you would brush your teeth in the morning, you would tie your shoelace, the way you communicate, the way you pronounce, the way you do everything, your procrastination habit, your overthinking habit, all habits are referred to as programs.
Programs.
So it's an automatic program that's running in your mind, in your brain, that you don't need thinking to do.
Yeah.
So it's a program that's running.
It's automated.
It's automated. And now, for all of us as human beings, we are programmed for our behaviors, for our mental thinkings. It's pretty strange. Now, let's say that what's the difference between we as human beings versus all the other species? You know, there's one major difference, and that's we are privileged members, you know, where we possess something called as a conscious mind,
Oh, yes.
right? Now, the conscious mind is basically, you know, so this part of the brain also, it's also called as prefrontal cortex. So this is the conscious seat of our awareness, of our humanness. So having said that, so an animal is having only subconscious mind, right?
Okay.
And we as
Okay.
human beings are also possessing conscious mind along with the subconscious. So when we say the word program, a program is something which is a feature and a function of the subconscious mind. So something that's happening automatically in anybody's life, it's a program.
It's a program. Yeah.
Yeah. Operated and run by the subconscious mind. But what if some programs are not right programs? Some programs are faulty programs,
Yes.
like some negative habits or anything you want to change for yourself. Change the way you're thinking, your emotions, your behaviors, all sorts of things.
Okay. Okay. So basically, what I understand, Ravi, is that we as human beings, we have this consciousness and we also have this subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So all the things that we're repeating from our experiences, from a lifetime, they all are deposited probably in the subconscious mind.
That's right.
And eventually, these programs are so powerful that they run our life at times.
At all times.
At all times.
And you just said consciousness. I think I would just want to replace that word with conscious mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So one is conscious mind. Second is the subconscious mind. So the conscious mind is where what makes us humans. So having a conscious mind means I have the ability, or all human beings have the ability of choice, of decision making, of planning, for dreaming, for making goals, making resolutions. So if I'm deciding something, let's say I want to buy a luxurious car in this year, for example, okay? So I have set a goal for myself, right? Now, what is making me set a goal is the very fact that I have a conscious mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can call now the conscious mind as a goal setter part of the mind.
Okay. The goal setter.
Goal setter.
The
right?
conscious mind.
That's right. So the conscious mind is a goal setter. Now, naturally, the subconscious mind will become the goal getter part of the mind.
Yes.
Now, in hypnosis, especially in self-hypnosis, now self-hypnosis is where you put your own self in the state of hypnosis so that you can reprogram yourself.
All right. So basically, self hypnosis is a tool in which, by using it, you get into a state of receptiveness.
That's right. Your
Correct.
subconscious is becoming more open and receptive for any new changes you want to make. That's right.
Okay. So that's a tool that we need to learn as the self hypnosis.
That's right. So one hypnosis is where the outside environment is reprogramming you. let's say, again, continuing the movie example as a matter of fact, if you're watching some movies and you're immersed in any experience, what you're doing actually is unknowingly, you are reprogramming yourself. All right. So let's say if you are, relating or connecting to the actor or any person in the movie, so you will let yourself become more programmable, to become yourself more reprogrammed.
Yeah.
So you will see that many people must have observed that when they're watching a movie, especially the movie that they really love or they enjoy watching, you might have some influence, for some days that you are actually behaving or
Yes.
thinking or, acting like
No,
that person.
I can connect with what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a glimpse of how our subconscious mind can get programmed, reprogrammed. Right? But now interestingly, self-hypnosis is where you decide what you want to program yourself about.
So it's a conscious decision of what you want to reprogram yourself for.
That's right. Now, like I said, if I want to, buy that luxurious car this year, now I need to have a lot of money, of course, for doing that. And now, like I said, now the decision of that car is my conscious mind's goal setting. But the
Yes.
goal getting part is a subconscious. So I will not get that goal until and unless my subconscious mind is supportive of that goal.
Yes.
Right? That's very important.
So you need subconscious and conscious mind both on your side
All right.
to get the things done.
That's right. So imagine when the goal setter is now aligned with the goal getter, then of course you are getting what you want in life.
Yes.
Yeah. And that also means, as a matter of fact, that anything that you're not getting in your life simply means that your subconscious mind does not want that goal. So just like our New Year resolutions,
Yes.
you see that people set a lot of goals in the beginning of the year. You feel quite invigorated and motivated in the beginning, in the first week of, let's say, the year, January.
Yes.
But later that energy dips down.
Oh, yes.
People are back to square one. So
Maybe they have forgotten that they had once kept goals.
that's right. And they come back to the comfort zone. Now, why does that happen? Pretty interesting again. Is that the goal setter part of the mind has created and set the goal, and you're on it. So your behaviors are aligned in the beginning, but later you'll see that your subconscious, since it has not accepted and supported your goal, it is not going to be on your side.
And
It is
there's a
working against you.
reason we don't have lasting changes.
Exactly. Because your subconscious mind is interfering with the goal that you've created. It's a conflicting situation. Like I want
Yeah.
something, but I'm not getting it.
Yes. It's a conflict. That's
Yeah.
right. It's a conflict.
Yeah. So I know that this is a certain food that I need to avoid since I'm working on my diet and my health. But what happens? That when people end up eating that certain food, why do they do that? So what do you think? What happens that people end up doing the behaviors that they know they're not supposed to do?
I think you were aware at the conscious level, at the conscious level, that you don't have to eat this food because that's been your goal. And there's a reason you get awareness. No, I shouldn't eat this food. But at times it happens that someone overpowers you,
Right.
and you just pounce on that food.
And that something is nothing but your subconscious mind. So now this is now things are getting more interesting, I believe. That imagine the subconscious mind being the goal getter part of your mind, right? Now, if we can extract this strategy of how somebody ends up eating the wrong food or ending up doing a wrong behavior, because the subconscious mind wants to do that.
Yes. It's the will of the God, the will of the boss.
Yeah. So now things are getting more interesting, like I said, that the subconscious mind, it controls your whole biological functioning. Okay? And neurotransmission.
Neurotransmission.
That's right. So I'll explain that. And let's say, for example, right now, in your body right now, how many functions are actually taking place?
the breathing, heart beating, purification of the blood, vitamins are getting circulated. I think millions.
Millions, exactly. So
millions
the
of
millions
information.
of things are happening, millions of functions are taking place without you being conscious about them, which means somebody else is running the show
Yes.
behind the scenes.
Yes.
And that's your subconscious mind.
Yes.
Right? Now, one thing is that the subconscious mind is completely, influencing and controlling your biological functioning. That's one. Second is neurotransmission. This is a very interesting thing, Sanjay.
What's that,
So
Ravi?
you need now for every behavior to be exhibited, you need neurotransmission. So which
Okay.
means if I behave in a certain way, so let's say that let's connect back to the eating example.
Okay.
So your subconscious mind wants you to eat that food, although you have decided not to. Now, since the subconscious mind wants it, right?
Right.
Now, what it does, it will secrete some chemicals in your brain. So they are called
Okay.
neurotransmitters. All right? Your subconscious is doing that. So what it does is it secretes and releases some neurotransmitters, chemicals in simple words, in your brain and the body that you feel an impulse. Now that's how emotions are created. So imagine that I don't want to eat that food, but something happens. There's an impulse. Like I feel like it. Like I just want to just go.
Yes. Yes.
I'll skip my next meal.
Yes.
Or maybe I'll exercise more tomorrow. But something will happen. So the word you said, overpower. So your subconscious mind is actually doing this neurotransmission to create an emotion within you, an impulse within you, that you end up doing things that are not something that you are wanting.
My God. I think what I knew about subconscious mind is much more what you're talking about. I was not aware about that even neurotransmitters are in the control of the subconscious mind.
That's
So this is the one who creates the impulse.
Exactly.
This is the one who overpowers our will.
Absolutely. So there's no will then in that case without the power.
Yeah.
So the conscious mind has the will, but the subconscious holds the power. Until you don't have power, what's the will all about?
Correct.
Then you are fighting a lost battle.
Yeah, you're sure to lose.
Yeah.
No matter how adamant you are.
Yeah. Or how resilient you are, or how resolute you are. So let's say even that's the reason, Sanjay, that all of these, law of attraction, manifestation, think and grow rich, I personally feel they are not complete. They're only half. They're incomplete information. Believe me, if the movie Secret or Law of Attraction would have been really working for everybody, nobody would have been poor in the entire universe today. In the whole planet, because there are millions of people, in fact, billion, I would say, more than a billion, I'm sure. If they're aware of law of attraction, manifestation, why aren't they manifesting things in their life? So, repeating affirmations will not guarantee that you will get that thing. Right?
Okay.
Now, when you are...
So Ravi, what is missing? You said that it's a half secret.
Yeah.
So what is the other part of the secret then?
That's right. Okay. So that's where subconscious mind and the self-hypnosis comes in. So let's say that again. I want to buy that luxurious car now.
Okay.
Imagine I do not have that amount of money in my account for now, let's say. Now, if I'm imagining that I'm going to be having that car, that's the beginning. So that's the secret we are starting with, the law of attraction.
Yes.
It's good to start.
Yes, a goal.
But then only doing that is not enough. Right? Now, if I'm adding self-hypnosis, so when I'm adding self-hypnosis, like I'm saying, I'm actually taking support of my subconscious mind. Because until the goal getter is not with me on my goal, I can't achieve any goal.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So when in self-hypnosis, what would happen is, let's say that if I am putting myself in hypnosis and programming myself to exhibit those behaviors and thinking patterns and a mindset, that will lead me to buy that car or to earn that money. That's how this whole secret will be a complete secret.
Okay.
So I need to perform. I need to take the right actions.
Right.
I can't
right.
just repeat I'm rich and I'm rich. No, I know that my pocket is empty. I can't be feeling like a rich person right now. So it doesn't work like that. But in the state of hypnosis, your subconscious mind is going to receive and accept the idea.
Yes. Yes.
Let me give you an example. You are a millionaire, if I say to you,
Okay.
right? Are you okay to accept this? Does it feel like, oh, yes, I am?
I don't feel I'm congruent.
You don't feel you're congruent, right? So, can I say that a part of you is resisting or rejecting my information that I'm giving to you?
It is.
Or my instruction?
It is.
Yeah?
It
Or
is.
might as well an affirmation. So, you're not accepting that affirmation. Why? Because your conscious mind is right now more in control and commanding
Yes.
right now. All right? So you're not accepting this idea that you are a millionaire because now you are applying your analytical intelligence,
Yeah, logic.
your logic, that's right, your rationale. So you are putting your logic as to you are not a millionaire. You don't have the enough funds or amount of money or all sorts of things. So you are, in simple words, you are rejecting my affirmation right now,
Yes.
right? Now, if you were to be in a state of hypnosis, all right, you will accept this suggestion.
So there is no critical factor over there.
Fantastic. I love that. It's a barrier. So your conscious mind is actually works like a barrier. Imagine there's this, there's a guard at your door who will only let known people in, all right, and not let anybody unknown until you are permitting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally like that. So when we are in awake state, in our wakefulness state, like we are right now, our conscious mind is more in control. It's more in command. All right. So it will not let any idea or any new information enter your subconscious.
Yeah.
But this could be wrong. Now imagine if you want to really become a millionaire or you want to really become rich, as a matter of fact, until you don't accept this suggestion, how would you start to build yourself?
That's right, Ravi. I think that's right. The first thing is accepting. I think that's where many people fail. They don't believe that they really can be a millionaire or a billionaire or anything for that
Anything.
matter.
We're just taking an example of money and wealth here.
Yes.
Correct.
So the
Anything.
first is you need to have that belief.
Yeah.
That yes, it's possible, it can be done.
Exactly.
And many people fight at this stage.
Perfect. Let's say, some patients, some people have health issues. So if we ask them to imagine that they are all perfect, they'll say, how the heck am I feeling perfect? I'm not. But now, interestingly, if they were to accept the fact and they start to experience what good health really feels like, or how richness actually feels like, and you've started to imagine yourself as becoming the kind of person you want to be, you will see that's where the game will start to change.
I think the first part is, first thing first is your subconscious mind should accept the idea.
That's right.
It should accept the idea. And then the other things like the behaviors or actions will just happen. Is that right?
And that's how it is. So imagine I spoke about neurotransmission some time back.
Yes, the impulse part.
Yeah. So if your subconscious has accepted the goal that it wants to, let's say, get rid of the health ailments, or it wants to attract money in your life, and I beg your pardon, then the neurotransmission will automatically take place. Imagine, it's all effortless. So if your subconscious is accepting the idea, then the games are different here. And now the big question is how to do that. Now we're talking about money, we're talking about health. There are so many things. Some people are having habits which they want to change or address. Addictions they want to get rid of. Some behavior enhancement.
Yes.
Quitting to smoke, or let's say that I want to change my behavior in some way. So how is that all going to be possible? Is when you learn and utilize self-hypnosis for yourself, and you start to align your subconscious towards those goals.
I think now I understand where many people, fail. I too have been a kind of victim wherein every new year starts with new resolutions. In the first week, you're so motivated, you're on high. It feels like you can achieve anything in life. But then slowly the motivation dips and you forget that you even have a goals. But the point what you're addressing is that we can sustain that motivation, we can achieve those goals, we can be more resolute once we have subconscious mind on our side.
Exactly. Yes. You're perfectly right.
Because the subconscious mind is a goal getter.
Yeah.
And we normally stop at goal setter point.
That's right. And then we wonder why things are not working for us.
Yeah. And in that phase, at times we also lose our confidence.
Lots of things. Sanjay. Believe me, there are so many things. So many things.
Yeah.
So if only the conscious mind is creating goals, and when there's an interference or resistance of the subconscious, it's a tough road to tread on. It's very difficult.
Yes. Yeah. Wonderful.
So subconscious mind. Let's say that if we are talking about self-hypnosis, it can be utilized and applied in many facets and aspects of our life.
For example, Ravi,
For example, like sports people use it for performance enhancement. You can have your better memory. A lot of students use that for self-hypnosis, for creating good health, for losing fat, or getting rid of any negative addiction, or even manifestation. Getting the goals that you want to get in your life, creating your performance, your skills. So everything can be addressed and changed through self-hypnosis.
so it's like a master key
It's a master key. That's a
that
beautiful
can
metaphor.
unlock various phases or challenges of your life.
Yeah. So be it problems you want to solve, or you want to take your life to the next level. So self-hypnosis is the tool that will expedite all the process. Solving problem or getting to the other side. It's an expedite method. It's a very quick method.
All right, all right. So I think every person on this planet would have some desire, a goal, or something to change, right? So it's, I guess, a wise decision to start the change by reprogramming ourselves by using the tool of self-hypnosis.
Absolutely, Sanjay. You know what? I have been applying this, using for like around 15, 17 years now.
Oh, wow.
Really. So believe me, the best part of my day since these years is when I'm doing self-hypnosis. I love that experience.
So, Ravi, what benefits have you seen in your life? Like, what are the
Plenty.
goals that you have
Yeah,
taken?
plenty. I think plenty of benefits, plenty of goals. It's like there's one thing I cannot stop practicing in my day for the rest of my life. I promise, I assure. So it's about health. I've used it for my health. I've used it for my communication enhancement. I've used it for my youthfulness. Of course, I'm not saying I'm very young, but I have been doing self-hypnosis for slowing down the aging process.
Okay.
Because I like to have youthfulness in my my personality, my persona, and my external side. So having said that, so that's one. I've used it for my professional life, my personal life. I'm a psychic dreamer, by the way. So I every night I dream of the future information.
Oh, wow.
I choose to look at any future which I want to see, which I want to get information about.
Is it really possible?
I do it every night. I do it every night. I actually have so many dreams already recorded. Thousands of points I have. Thousands of dreams interpreted. Now, it's all through self-hypnosis. So through self-hypnosis, you're not only enhancing your performance, but you're also activating your mind powers. You are also untapping the potential of your mind.
Okay. So self hypnosis has a lot of implications, I would say.
Incredible. Incredible. Because in any ways you are thinking or behaving. So if you are thinking and behaving something the way you would like it, continue. If don't, self hypnosis. So it can be applied for almost everything.
Okay. So do we have some science behind self hypnosis?
Of course, there's a science. In fact, I would like to share that I conduct workshops, mostly online nowadays, that self hypnosis workshops where I speak about science, where I speak about the practices. I teach and train on this topic of subconscious mind, conscious mind, and most importantly, how to do self hypnosis. To share with you a little bit of science,
Oh,
it's
yes,
like there are these
please.
neuroplastic nature of our brain, which means that our brains can alter itself. So neuroplasticity, which means a habit I've been having for about 20, 30 years of my life, I can change it. So
Okay.
neuroplastic. So we have a brain that is plastic in nature, pretty malleable. So through self-hypnosis, it has been, of course, there are so many evidences. In fact, I think American Hypnosis Association in the 1960s around, they've also scientifically declared that hypnosis is also a tool for therapy because it is scientifically validated and tested.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of science behind that. Now, to speak about neuroplasticity, of course, that's one. And, our brain waves, they alter in the state of hypnosis. So our brains can change. In fact, our hormones, imagine, our hormones can also be influenced through self hypnosis. And I'm talking about something really big because hormones also is a function of your biological functioning as
Yes.
well as neurotransmission, which are both,
Neurotransmitters.
as a matter of fact, under subconscious mind's control.
And Ravi, you also mentioned earlier probably there are three things under the control of the subconscious mind, right?
Yeah, I've spoken about
Biological.
two, up to
Yeah.
biological functioning, neurotransmission. There's another one called perception.
Okay, what is that?
Perception is now, let's say that, so when you're looking at me right now, what are you not looking at?
I'm
Many
not
things.
looking the wall that's behind me.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at a flower vase.
Yeah, many things. Okay.
Yeah.
So, which means the perception now. So, perception is what are you focusing at this moment? What's important to you at this very moment? Now, the role of perception is actually mostly governed by your subconscious mind. If you have had this experience ever,
Ravi, just a sec.
sure, yeah,
The role of the perception is with the subconscious mind, right?
yeah,
This is what you said.
yeah, yeah.
So that means what I see in life, what I hear in my life, what I sense in my life is chosen by the subconscious mind?
It is mostly chosen by the subconscious mind. So if I say that I want to touch the mic and I touch the mic, now it's my conscious mind, right?
Yes.
It's not subconscious.
Yes.
But majorly, you see, majorly, the 90% part of your perceptions are governed by the subconscious. So give an example, a very basic example. Let's say there's this, a car, a brand of car you like, or a certain color. And let's say if you've decided to buy that car, or you say that you like that car, have you noticed that you start to observe and notice those cars
Yes.
on the road like everywhere?
Yes, yes, yes,
Like,
for sure.
so are those number of cars increasing for you, or they were already there?
They were already there.
They were already there, which means your perception was not focusing on that.
Yes.
In other words, your subconscious mind was not having any interest to show you, to make you perceive that car,
Yes.
right? So now imagine there's another negative side to it. Connecting with my previous example of money, let's say that you want to earn money and you're not accepting the experience of you are able or capable to earn the amount of money, right? You will lose out on your perception, the money earning opportunities. Believe me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like literally in the newspaper, the very newspaper that you are reading, all right? And you're reading something, but there is something that is going to make you a wealthy person.
But I will delete that information.
And not you, your subconscious will delete that information as if it's not there.
It's not there.
It's like, I remember that, when I was young, so my mother would tell me, go and get the salt shaker, from the kitchen. All right. And I say, I know it's not there. Right? It's not there. It's not there. And she comes and shows me the salt shaker right in front of my eyes, right under my nose. And I used to wonder, how can I not see that? And later I get the answer that until your subconscious is not letting you perceive, you will as good as delete that information.
Yes.
So what if you are deleting incredible opportunities in your life? Right?
I think that's how you generate ideas.
Right.
Because once the subconscious mind is aligned with your goals, and it also has a power of perception,
Yeah.
that's how
Exactly.
you can see opportunities and then get ideas.
So when you reject the idea of you are a millionaire, let's say you accept the idea. Let's say that you are self-hypnotizing your own and installing, you're reprogramming yourself for wealth,
Okay.
or prosperity or massive success. What should happen? If your subconscious has taken that information in, you will start to have different thoughts.
Yeah,
Believe
I think
me.
there's a first change that should happen.
That's right. That's the proof of
proof.
the change.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
proof.
very proof that self-hypnosis is working.
Yes.
Right? So your
Yes.
thoughts will change. Your decisions might be little different. Yeah. You will start to behave in a different way. You might start to read some different books.
Yes.
You will suddenly start to scroll on social media for too long because focus has suddenly become more important.
So these are the milestones.
These are the milestones. These are the validations of that idea has been accepted by the subconscious in the self-hypnosis induction. And if you don't do that, then you are thinking the same thing. You're thinking the same, you're behaving the same, your emotions are the same, and your goal is, believe me, very far from what you think it is.
I really like this idea about what you said, that once the idea has been implanted in the subconscious soil, we should get different thoughts, ideas, right?
Many things.
The behaviors.
Yeah.
I think these changes itself signify that change is in progress,
Absolutely right. Well, the change has begun.
begun.
So that's how you start to build your own self. You start to enhance your skills, your capabilities, your competence, all sorts of things. And then you're really there. Yeah. Now, one more short, example for you to experience. So let's say that if you want to buy, let's say, a luxury car, all right?
Okay.
What thoughts will you get in your mind?
Which brand to go for?
Which brand to go for? Or how should you buy it?
Yeah. How should I buy it?
Yeah.
Where will the money come from?
Yeah.
All these things
All these
will
things.
come. Yeah.
And now let's say that you want to buy a medium budget car.
Okay.
Yeah. So will the thoughts change?
It should.
Yeah. The thoughts will change. Yeah. So in other words, what I'm trying to share with you is that if I am having a bigger goal, my thoughts will be different. If I have a mediocre or a medium goal, my thoughts will be different. But the bigger question is, I want to raise, where are the thoughts coming from? There's somebody who's shooting or bringing those
Thoughts.
So that again is your subconscious.
And this all can begin if your conscious and subconscious mind, they both are allies and there is an alignment.
That's right.
And that's why we need self-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis. That's how it is.
I think that's wonderful. So Ravi, I'm sure there are many people who are curious and would like to know more about self-hypnosis formally. So what are the options for those people?
Of course, I conduct these sessions and training sessions, of course, and I teach people, I coach people personally as well, that what are the things for you to learn all about self-hypnosis. I teach that. I conduct courses.
Okay. So how long are these courses? Are they online, the offline? How is
The
it?
basic course is for 6 days online,
Okay.
where we meet for about 2.5 hours every day, and where I teach them about all these concepts, and then most importantly, how to do self hypnosis, how to do it.
Okay.
So there's a language of subconscious mind which is different than our language. Strange. Say that the subconscious mind, let's say, if you were to remember any of your dream, you will see that, you will notice that your dreams are not in the way we usually speak when we are awake.
They're very illogical.
Very illogical, absolutely right. And because they are supposed to be illogical, because your subconscious mind is working on the illogical side of things. It's more from the creative side of things, right? So when you are dreaming, it is your subconscious mind which is awake, alert, activated, and your conscious mind is not there. So when you say you are sleeping, it's your conscious mind that's sleeping. Subconscious cannot sleep, right? So you see that the dreams are built out of visuals. They're built out of metaphors. So your every dream is a metaphoric information being given to you. If you're able to decode it, you are solving big problems of your life, or big puzzles. All right? Having said that, so before we start to learn how to do self-hypnosis, I teach all of the candidates, the participants, about the language of the subconscious mind, the metaphors. How should you start to relax yourself? How should you start to visualize? How to play that world, the movie inside your mind, when you are doing hypnosis for yourself.
Okay.
So I teach all of that, and then that's how they start to create their own scripts for them to get self-hypnotized.
Their own scripts.
Script. So you need to have a script. So let's say that if I want to gain more focus in my life, I want to work on the skill or practice of becoming more focused, right? Now, if I'm saying it, I'm just saying it with my conscious mind, with the language. But this is not the language of the subconscious mind. Now, I have to create a metaphor. So a metaphor for focus is, a lens or a magnifying glass, which kept under sunlight or sun rays, the paper will burn. Okay, so that's a metaphor now. So this metaphor is more of a language for your subconscious than just saying, I need focus.
The words are not...
That's right. And that's exactly where the script comes in. So that's another skill that I teach them of how to create those skills. Your scripts, I beg your pardon.
Okay, because for you, the focus would be a magnifying glass.
That's right.
For me, it could be a camera.
Fantastic.
Right?
Fantastic.
That's why you need all these personalized metaphors.
Personalized metaphor. I love that.
They work for you.
Perfect, Sanjay. That's right. And that's all about in the workshop. So when they finish the workshop, they will know how to create their own scripts. How do I self-hypnotize myself? What's my goal? What's the problem do I need to solve or address? They're all in their own styles be doing things for themselves.
Okay. So Rabi, are there some prerequisites that a person is doing this workshop? He needs to have something, any knowledge or books to be read or a thing?
I think, I have created some kind of basic videos for every person who is interested to join the course. Even this podcast could be a wonderful material which we would love to share with them.
Yeah, to begin with.
So that they get an idea of, what are they signing up for, what are they subscribing to, and who are they subscribing to make their journey more comfortable and seamless. So also there's one of the most important prerequisites is that, let's say right now the way we are sitting.
Yes.
So we are sitting on the chair, we're sitting on the stool or a sofa, or somebody will lay down in bed. Those are not supportive for a hypnosis experience. For a self-hypnosis experience, you need something like in the middle, something like a reclining chair, like a lounge chair, where you are neither laying down flat nor you are straight like the way we are sitting.
So it's around 45 degrees somewhere.
Yes, that's right. So that's a very prone state, a condition for self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
So I also share with them about, where should you buy from, or as per your choice, you can do that. But that's something that you need before you enroll for the workshop, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is basically an asset for yourself.
Yeah. That's
right.
It's a tool, basically.
It's a tool.
That's a tool that'll take you to the hypnosis experience. Otherwise, many things, we've tried that when people are laying down, so while they're doing the hypnosis, they've gone off to sleep. Or when they're sitting, so they are uncomfortable with their body posture for sitting that straight for too long.
Yeah, and that is the time the conscious mind would become more of aware of.
Yeah, so it'll interfere.
It will interfere.
So the whole self-hypnosis is to bypass the conscious barrier, all right, and make the subconscious available and receptive so that you deal with the subconscious straight by getting into it. That's where the changes of your life, your potential transformation lie.
Oh, wonderful, Ravi. Wonderful. That's great. It was nice to know more about the concepts of conscious mind, the goal setter, the unconscious mind, the goal getter, and how we, don't find subconscious mind to our side and things become big problems. We falter, we stumble, and eventually we forget about the goals. So now I understand all these concepts and how, basically self-hypnosis, you're trying to bypass the conscious barrier and get into installing the new things and the ideas.
That's right.
Wonderful, Ravi. So anything you would like to add for our viewers to go with in the end?
I think that's it. I think this is I've made my best right now to initiate and introduce to people who don't know about hypnosis and self-hypnosis. So this is just it's a primer for everybody who's listening to the podcast or maybe watching it. So this is something that they should start with, and if their curiosity is peaking up, they can of course join the workshop, or I can work with them personally as well.
Thank you, Ravi, for the wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed it. It was insightful.
Likewise,
Thank you so much.
Sanjay, thank you very much for this fantastic opportunity, really. Thank you.
Thank you.